Love is in the air. Welcome back to Scottish Movies, and as it's Valentine's Day today, I thought I'd go through my top 10 list of sort of romantic type movies, feel-good movies, that kind of thing. I'm not big into this genre, I'll be honest. I don't mind the odd rom-com now and again, but I'm not massively into it. But I have got a few sort of favourites, and I'm going to go through them now. Okay, so I'm just going to be showing you the movie posters for these. I don't own them all on physical. Some I do, but yeah, I think majority probably don't actually. But yeah, so coming up first is Groundhog Day. This stars Bill Murray and Anna McDowell. Basically, it's a time loop comedy where Bill Murray's reliving the same day over and over, and yeah, I love this movie. It's him trying to kind of better himself ultimately, and able to sort of escape the time loop. That's the way I look at it anyway. And as it goes along, the more he falls in love with sort of Andy McDowell's character as well. And yeah, it's just a great movie, and it's just a hilarious movie as well. And yeah, that's one of my favourites. So that's Groundhog Day. Coming up next is kind of more of a feel-good movie for me, and it's Coyote Ugly. Yeah, this is a film I've seen loads of times. It's a film I find it really easy to watch. Obviously, quite easy on the eye, as you can see on the poster. But it's about a girl, Piper Perabo, I think her name is, the actress. Her character Violet, and she sort of hits the big city. Trying to get a record deal, or trying to get like a music out there, and ends up working in sort of like well, it's not a strip bar, but like just basically a bar where you got all these other girls there sort of performing on the bar and singing and dancing, and it's just a really sort of raucous bar, and yeah, she starts out, you know, dead sort of timid and that, but ultimately gets into it, and while she's there she sort of meets Adam Garcia's character, and there's a bit of a romance there goes on, and but yeah, also stars John Goodman as well as a dad, but yeah, I don't know what it is, it's just a real good movie for me. I just really enjoy this one, and it's one I need to seek out on Blu-ray. I don't actually own a physical copy of this at the moment, I don't think. I've not had a DVD for a while. But I think last time I watched it was on Disney Plus. But yeah, that's Coyote Ugly. I really enjoy that one. Next up is a film from 1990, which I don't think I've actually got on DVD. I need to sort of add it back in the collection. And it's Pretty Woman, starring Richard Gere and Julie Roberts. Pretty much every man and his dog seen this movie probably by now. Julie Roberts basically is a prostitute that falls in love with a sort of client, basically, and it's not as kind of seedy as it sounds, but yeah, it's just a good fun film, and it's got a cracking soundtrack as well. So yeah, that's Pretty Woman. Next up is what you would consider a Christmas movie, and it's The Holiday. Now this one stars Jack Black, Cameron Diaz, Jude Law, and Kate Winslet. I couldn't think of a name for a minute. Yeah, basically the two girls sort of do a house swap for Christmas. One ends up heading out to LA, and Cameron Diaz's character heads to the UK in like a little cottage, and she basically hooks up with Kate Winslet's brother, who's played by Jude Law, and back in LA, you've got Jack Black as well, who sort of hooks up ultimately with Kate Winslet character. And yeah, I don't know, it's just a fun, easy watch, and it's set at Christmas as well. And yeah, I've always enjoyed it. Funny story, I actually saw this movie in the cinema with a mate of mine. Quite why the pair of us went to watch this, I don't know. But when we got there, it was basically a cinema full of women. So yeah, we felt a bit out of place. But yeah, I kind of got a bit of fondness for it because it just makes me think of that story and makes me laugh. Yeah, that's our holiday. Just a bit of fun. Coming up next is a film starring the late Heath Ledger, and I think might be his first film. Don't quote me on that though. And it's 10 Things I Hate About You, which also stars Julia Stiles and Joseph Gordon-Levitt in a very early role as well. Which is basically I think it's a retelling of Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew, I think it is, where Julia Stiles' character basically just hates Heath Ledger's character, and he's kind of trying to basically win her over for most of the film, but he's at the same time he's not really bothered. I think it's there's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is sort of lusting after Julie Stiles' sister, and in order for her to date, her older sister does have to date as well, and she's just not really interested, and he's trying to get Heath Ledger's character to hook up with her. And but yeah, it's just a fun movie. Again, another easy one to watch and to put on. And yeah, I've recently watched that again on Disney Plus as well. I don't think I've got a physical copy for that at the moment. But yeah, that's 10 Things I Hate About You. Coming up next is James Cameron classic, you could say, in Titanic. Yeah, everyone knows the story of Titanic, and probably the movie as well. Basically, you got Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet meet on the boat, opposite ends of the spectrum, and you got Kate Winslet basically rich, and you got Leonardo DiCaprio just a sort of poor lad, sort of not from the streets, but you know he's not really got any money, and he sort of stows away onto the boat, and yeah, and they meet and sort of fall in love, and then the thing gets an iceberg basically. Spoiler alert. But yeah, it's just an awesome movie. Not really for the love story particularly for me. I just think the special effects and just the whole Titanic sinking and everything is just awesome. But on the love story front, I still say to this day there's enough room on that door for Leo. But never mind. So yeah, that's Titanic. Next up is a Adam Sandler movie. Now, he's made quite a few sort of, you could say, rom-coms. And I was sort of torn between which one to include here of both The Wedding Singer and 50 First Dates. But I have actually plumped for The Wedding Singer as probably my favourite of the two. I've probably seen it more. But I had honourable mention is 50 First Dates, if you've not seen that one. They both star basically Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. The Wedding Singer is set in the 80s. Soundtrack's fantastic, and he basically plays a wedding singer that ultimately sort of falls in love with Drew Barrymore's character, who's going to marry another bloke, and it's just a great, funny comedy. And yeah, I've just always loved The Wedding Singer. So the music's awesome, fantastic soundtrack. So that's Wedding Singer. Next up is another film from 1990, starring Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, and also Whoopi Goldberg. And if you've not guessed it already, it's Ghost. Yeah, fantastic sort of. Well, I think it's like a sort of action adventure movie, really, in a way, but with the old romance thrown in. Patrick Swayze's character basically gets killed, and excuse me, So I had a bit of a coffee fit there. Stop the video. So yeah, Patrick Swayze gets killed, and again, spoiler alert, and he comes back as a ghost. He can't kind of move on to the afterlife, and or whatever's there, you know, and he's trying to protect his wife Molly, played by Demi Moore, because basically comes to light that he was murdered, and his so-called friend trying to get his hands on some money, and you got Whoopi Goldberg there as sort of the comic relief. He's fantastic in this film, really funny. But yeah, it's this great movie, Ghost. I've always enjoyed it, and yeah, that's up there in my top 10. Next up is a film starring Mel Gibson and Jamie Lee Curtis. It's also got a young Elijah Wood in this film, and it's a movie called Forever Young. You might not be familiar with this. It basically stars Mel Gibson. I'm just going to read the physical copy that I do own of this on DVD. He's basically a test pilot from 1939, and he kind of gets frozen in time, and wakes up in like the early 90s. I think it's 92. This is set, and he's basically trying to sort of find his wife, and he's kind of a fish out of water. Not really. It's not really comedy, but sort of adventure film, and I don't know. There's something about it. I just really enjoy this film, and I am going to probably watch this today. Watch this tonight. It's been a while since I've seen it. Well, I like kind of time travel, fish out of water type movies, and it has got like the romance in it, because he's trying to find his wife, and it's quite a sad movie. But yeah, that's Forever Young, and it's really need a Blu-ray release on this. I don't believe it's got one. Comment down below if you know if it has. But yeah, I really would love to get this on Blu-ray. And the final movie in my top 10 is what you call definitely a sort of a rom-com, I think, and it's Notting Hill, starring Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant. This is basically Julia Roberts as a famous actress, and Hugh Grant is just your everyday bloke, and they kind of meet and fall in love, basically, and it's just a great fun rom-com, basically. I've not seen it for quite a while. It's got a good soundtrack again, and yeah, always loved Notting Hill. This come out in, I think it was 1999, and it's one of them. I think if it's one of those that have come on the TV, I'd probably find myself just keep watching it from wherever it was up to. It's one of those movies. I just really enjoy it, and yeah. So that's my top 10 sort of romance type movies, feel good movies. Yeah, comment down below what your favourite movies of this genre are. If you've got like a go-to movie for like, I don't know, Valentine's Day or not necessarily Valentine's Day, just any time really when you're into watching one of these. And also, before I go, I just want to say much love to all my subscribers out there and anyone watching this video. I've got like, it's about, I think I'm up to about 230 odd subscribers at last count, which is just insane. And I just want to say thank you so much for choosing my channel and sticking with me. It started out as a bit of fun, but I'm really sort of enjoying doing this now. And here's some more videos in the future. But yeah, so yeah, on that note, all I've got left to say is don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I love you guys. See you soon.